This is an exciting one. You know, Michigan will be open early October. All the bow hunting states, for the most part, are open early October. October 1st, a lot of them are the last ones. We've been open here since middle of September, and we're shooting this right before October 1st. But huge weather event coming, and this is a really good one. It's almost like you get to this time of year, and we've seen it in November, we've seen it early October, mid-October, but the season starts to change. We've had a lot of drought, and that's changing. We had over 4 inches of rain over last weekend. We've had a lot of high temperatures, a lot of warm weather, a lot of warm nights. That's about to change. And when that changes, whitetails are going to hit the dirt, respectfully. I love the animals, but at the same time, it's fun to go out and shoot a monster buck, deer, doe, get some venison, feed the family, have fun with your hunting friends and buddies, and this is the time to do it. And I want to really push, especially this time of year. October 1st is a lot of openers. This weather will follow. You know, this is our forecast right here in southeast Minnesota. So when you get over into Pennsylvania, this is a couple days behind. Michigan is a day and a half behind. So we want you to look at that. But October 1st, in that opener, there's a lot of people that are going to have 80-degree temperatures, but boy, it's changing fast. So if you're taking time off to hunt the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, really consider hunting more towards the end of the week and looking at this cool weather, even if you have to miss opening day, or just go somewhere and sit for opening day. Because that's likely the same experience, even if you haven't prepared in a spot, to go someplace new and sit when it's really warm. You'll probably have the same luck as if you went to your favorite stand and sat. Either way, 80 degrees is going to be hard to kill a nice buck or that target buck. Bottom line is, though, from Monday to Friday, the temperature's dropping 77 to 53 degrees in that Monday to Friday drop. So October 2nd through Friday, Monday, October 2nd through that Friday, it's really starting to drop. So really pay attention to that. It's dropping, it's coming down. But it's not just the temperature drop, that's part of it. Usually when you have a major temperature drop like this over a few days, there's major weather involved. And I'm looking at a forecast right now on HuntWise and the HuntCast. And I'm looking at a forecast showing rain on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So big rain events coming. That means a lot of wind, a lot of moisture. And let's face it, deer don't like moving when there's a lot of noise in the woods. They can't hear, they lose part of their senses, even when it's raining. Sense of smell, sense of hearing, sight, everything is a little bit distorted. They like when it clears out finally. And what I'm seeing is even when you look for that major rain, look for these openings. So look for the openings of several hours or more. But Tuesday to Thursday, there's a major temperature drop of 76 to 64, but that shows rain. I'm sure it's not going to rain for 4 days straight every hour of daylight. Instead, you're going to have times, even if it rained consistently for 4 days, of several hours or more where there's no rain. Let's say it stops raining 3 and it's getting dark at 7 o'clock at night. What a great time to hit the stand. You have 4 hours for those drops to settle, for the woods to quiet down, and deer that have been pushed down by rain, distorted senses, they really want to move, and they're hungry because they're not going out in the fields. Temperature's dropping. They're missing quality feeding opportunities. So it's time for them to put the feedback on. Now everyone, I don't do this very often, but I really appreciate you watching the channel, watching the videos, and First Light has a sale right now. It starts October 2nd. It's whitetail week all week. It's up to 40% off, and it's some of my favorite whitetail gear, including the Solitude, the Sanctuary, the Catalyst, a lot of the layering systems. There's a link in the description. I didn't want you guys to miss out on this, so here you go. Check out the link, check out the sale, and thank you again for watching the channel and for all your comments. I appreciate it. So not only do we get that major cold front during this early October time, we're getting major rain events, which is going to be pretty cool. We need it in areas, even if it's too late for some of the crops. Hopefully, if you have private land and you have food plots with the drought, you've been able to salvage a lot of that by throwing a bunch of rye down to salvage your food plots. But then again, look for the openings in the weather where you can get out. It might be a morning, might be an afternoon, depending on what you scouted, if you're hunting a morning stand or afternoon stand, but especially those afternoon food source stands where those deer are hungry and they're hitting, and you're looking for those major breaks in the weather. Again, several hours or more, and that'll lead you on track. You can't miss this weather event that's coming up in early October, but at the same time, you can't miss it because you took a couple days off during a really bad time to hunt, which might be on opening day or the second day. It's okay to wait a few days and hunt when the conditions are really good. You know, if I had a choice of taking the second off of of Monday in most locations, or I had a choice of taking off when it was cooler on Friday or Thursday, Monday, Tuesday versus Thursday, Friday. Definitely, my pick is going to be towards Thursday, Friday, with the thought that not a lot of people are going to be successful on Monday and Tuesday. It might be successful because it's opening day. There's going to be a lot of people spooking deer. There's going to be a lot of people burning out their stands. And I'd rather hunt towards the end of the week if I could trade those days. Not everyone could do that. I know there's a percentage of people out there that can't, but if there's a little flexibility for your time off with your job, your boss, your family, then I would look towards moving those days and making sure you can match up your days to hunt and take off with some of the better weather days. And this one's a good one, guys. I hope you don't miss it. Make sure you hit the woods. It's coming. It really is. And this really, for a lot of you, because of October 1st starting, sets a roller coaster of movement throughout the entire season. So check out this early October weather hunting forecast. Apply what you see here. Look for this in mid-October, which people call the mid-October lull. A lot of times it's a lull because of hunting pressure, but there'll be major weather events happening every 7 to 10 days. So when I get into the lull, I'm really focusing on those afternoon food sources. When I get into the pre-rut time, more towards the end of October, early November, depending on where you're at, meaning to the north, more end of October, early November towards the south, meaning Kansas, Oklahoma, Tennessee, maybe Louisiana, Virginia, West Virginia, areas like that a little bit further south, then that's more early November, but I'm looking for those cold fronts to start initiating my morning hunting. Morning hunting is my favorite time to get out in the woods. And so you're looking at early season feeding opportunities right now. You get into the middle of October lull, we usually get a major front coming through every 7 to 10 days all season long. I'm hunting food sources, especially during the October lull, mid-October. And then I'm hunting my morning stands for the first time during the pre-rut. And then during the rut, I even focus on the weather during the rut, because you'll take an 8 out of 10 day and make it a 10 out of 10. You'll take a 5 out of 10 sit, make it an 8 out of 10, make it 2 out of 10, and you're turning that into a quality mid-range stand location. So I'm really paying attention to the weather, even during the middle of the rut, even when you know bucks are flying around, because they will move more on cool mornings, especially cool days in the afternoon. And they really get hungry when they're chasing those deer around. So something to always watch for. Very, very critical that you watch those cold fronts, not just right now, but as they happen 7 to 10 days for the entire season. And boy, get into December. You start looking at those giant cold fronts that move through. If you can find late season food sources that are standing in appreciation, whether it's a standing cornfield, bean field, brassica field, whatever it might be, maybe a clear cut on public land. I know there's a lot of great clear cuts that really heat up in December because deer are pushed from forests that had a lot of acorns that don't now. They're pushed out of public or private land settings with food plots and bait piles and golf courses and subdivisions. Are pushed in those thick stem count areas where not only do they get thermal protection and cover and unpressured cover, but they actually have quality browse to eat on. So really watch for these fronts to move through, and especially focus on the morning towards the end of October, early November. But you guys can't miss this. I really urge you to get out and shift your opening day a little bit later if you have to, but that'll put you on target for a great hunt, not only during this cold front, but as we forecast and alert you of the rest of the forecast throughout the entire season, each and every season going forward. I appreciate you guys watching the YouTube channel, but I don't know if everyone knows everything that we have to offer, whether it's on whitetailhabitatsolutions.com, our website, our WHS Wildlife Blends, our seed company. Also Instagram you can check out. I'm very active on Instagram, putting strategies on there, photos of what we do every day. Much more active there than Facebook. But our seed, web classes, books, clients, articles. I have over 600 articles on whitetailhabitatsolutions.com, everything whitetail strategy. Of course, we have hats on there, and then make sure to check us out on Instagram again. But lots of stuff to offer. We're always coming out with new things, and this isn't the end of it. We have more things coming soon. Make sure to check us out.